To be? No. Oh, hi. I guess, oh, the orientation is locked for live. I'm going to see if I can turn it back. How do I turn it over, orientation? I guess I have to go live this way. Typical me, just live randomly. We are back in the garage today, and we are going to see about pushing the front axle a little bit. I want a little bit more caster, and I'm going to see if I can get, I don't know, a quarter, half inch. Not very much. But yeah, I'm just going to be live doing it, because, what's up, Maddie? So yeah, I'm just going to be live trying to push the front axle of this truck out a little bit. Got some room on the Heim joints and stuff in the back. So as you can see, it drops down pretty center in the wheel well. But I'm going to see if I can get it forward just a little bit. I put some tack welds on the jam nuts in there. And so that's the first order of business, is removing a couple of tacks. And how much turn music off? See. Get the music turned down a little bit. Maybe it won't get so mad at me. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to come in here, cut a couple of tack welds on both sides. So I've got the jack stands already set up and the axle's dropped out. I'll take the tires off until I can play with a couple other things. But funny, when you get 40s, you don't want to take the tires out as much because they're heavy. Nah, it's not that bad. On these jam nuts because they always come loose. And so put a little tack on them, they don't come loose. A little bit of fluid right here. I think it's transmission fluid. But just redid all the fuel line. It smells like fuel. Double checking, you know? Making sure we don't have fuel leaking. Details. Not over at the camera right now. I'm underneath the truck. If anybody come on, I am currently cutting tack welds to play with my control arms a little bit on this version. Oh, we got some people on here. What's up? Yeah. All right. Well, here we are here. I'm gonna lower you down a little bit more, bring you up closer. So we're prepping this excursion to go to Moab, and right now I am trying to play with pushing the front axle forward just a little bit. And so what I'm trying to do currently is loosen up these. I didn't want to bring it too close because the grinder noise would have been terrible there. What I'm trying to do is loosen these up. What I did was tack them in so they didn't come loose. And so I should, not that one. One of these I can't get into, and the other one I can. But this one I can get into. Let's see, that's tightening. I gotta figure out how to be that way on it. You ever do this? Figure out which way is which? Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah, I hope that was close enough to get all the dirt in my face. Holy crap. All right. Yeah. Okay, so the upper, yeah, I could get a clip mic. Problem is having a mic on me at this point is really like, I don't know, when I'm going live like this, it's hard to have a mic on you because then you're gonna hear all this shuffling around and all that stuff. So it's kind of easier, and you don't want to hear the grinder that close. I promise you, it's not a pleasant sound to hear in your life. Okay, so these need to be loosened, both these jam nuts, and then these need to be turned, and I have to rotate them in full turns to push the axle, and what I'm going to do is loosen them. So I'm going to, because the Zerk fitting is on the top, I have to do a full turn loosening. I want to also add some caster, so I think I'm going to take the bottom one and do it at least one more turn than the top one, and that adds caster so that it drives better down the road. So this thing's at like 3.5 degrees of caster right now. It's super duper low with the coil swap. The alignment guy says it's fine, but not everybody else in the world. So it does drive fine. It's just a little touchy. So I think if we slow it down by making these bottom ones a little longer, we're going to be happy with that. So let me now go get the right size ratchet and stuff to take these off. We're going to try and pull the lower arm. Might have to loosen the front of it too, so I can bring it down easily. And then the second part is I think I have to take, unless I take the whole upper off, I think I might have to take the upper down with it. I'd like to do them just two at a time. Anyway, you're hearing all of the process through here. And so we're processing everything. Because we're live, so you get a full process. It's that on both sides. Yep, it is. 15 of 16ths. And I'm pretty sure that my impact will not get it, but I'm gonna try my impact. So if you're on here live and you're loud or in headphones, here's your warning. It's gonna get loud with an impact. And yeah, it's gonna get loud. That's the only thing I'll say. It's gonna be great. You'll love it. I thought I saw it turning, so I kept going. It's not turned. Negatory Batman. Part is these are like 180 foot-pounds or something, and you turn them like 3 turns and they just start going off really quick. So now it'll back right off. Impact again, impact warning. There we are. Here's one. Doing a little bit of under excursion yoga. Alrighty. Yeah, these suckers are tight, and you want them tight. I'll go back through and torque all these. Get done. These will all get retorqued because I like to keep the wheels underneath me. I find it's more fun that way. There's that one. Let's see. The cool thing is this is attached now over there, so I should be able to just sit here and hopefully pop this thing free. Yeah, like so. We don't want to turn it too much because we want to make sure we're in the right place. Hey, I'm gonna go back over here, look at you guys, see what you're doing. Yeah, smash that like button. Send that donation thing. You got a lot of gas to pay for next month, so any donations are always welcome. And other than that, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So we were just right here. What I'm gonna do is gonna go half, 1. And that's half and 1. And I really need to, let's see. Really should probably measure this thing. So, you know, why not? It was like 34.5 before. I think I just added 3/8. Go back in. Yeah, just about 34.5. So we're gonna go 1 full turn, 2 full turns, and that puts us out about another 1/8. I think I want maybe 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. Just like to move things around just for fun. There's a 1/4 inch back. So maybe I should do a 1/2 inch on the bottom, 3/8 on the top. I don't really know. 4 turns looks like a 1/2 inch. That's 3. So there's about the size back that we are now. And these arms actually have a lot of, I think, if I remember right, have a lot of thread in there, so it's really not a big deal to be extending them. I'm sure the manufacturer, which is PMF, would not recommend what I'm doing. So don't go yelling at them if you hear something or something happens with this. This is not PMF's fault. This is not Geeks Format's fault either, because I know nothing and I'm just a guy on the internet. So if you're following me and you're following the advice of a guy on the internet, I mean, you got your own kind of problems. What am I gonna do here? Am I gonna take off both of them? I don't know. This is the fun part of working on stuff. Sitting there, contemplating, thinking. This bottom arm is now about a 1/2 inch longer than it was, which is awesome. That adds a ton of caster. I think we're gonna go for like 3/8 longer up here, give it an 1/8 inch of caster. I don't know what that equals in degrees. I should have this thing a 1/2 inch longer still on the bottom. I'm gonna push it forward a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, I think I need to loosen the backs on the other side, and then see any more questions on here. Maddie knows V10 life for sure. It's all about stopping for fuel. That's pretty much where we're all at in life. Yeah, this would give us a ton of caster right now. So I don't know, maybe I need to go 5 turns on the bottom and 3 on the top. It's the same joint, so it's gonna go out the same number of turns, top and bottom. Yeah, Maddie, you can message me or something. I'll send you, but you have to remember this is all in coil swap. So, so you have to do the whole coil swap to use these long arms. Stock extrusion, leaf springs. This is not leaf springs anymore. It's all coils. So, yeah, it's just under, it's on PMF's website under the 2005 to 2007, I think, Super Duty. And then you'll find a short arm 4-link kit, they call it, is what they call this one. So, yeah, we're gonna go a little longer here. I'm gonna push this thing up, and then I gotta pull the springs out of it and cycle it and make sure the tire's clear. I'm gonna try, well, the tire's clear. I'm gonna put the tires all the way up to the bump stop. But I would like to push it forward. I think I have a 1/2 inch. I just did some clearing, and I think I have close to a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna see if I can't get close to that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. One didn't come out. Using the old 15/16 hammer, working great. There's the front one. Let's see. Oh, didn't show here. Yeah, so because all the bolts are tight on the front, it wants to be in there. So this one, that's 1 turn. I did the same thing. I didn't measure it first. I'm really a professional. Said me never. Oh. 20, 28, and 1/8 currently. There we go. 1, 2. So far that pushes out. should be. About 3/8. It's barely an eighth, so I think I need to go one more. I think 3 and 5 is going to be my number. It's going to only be pushed like a 1/4 inch forward, but I'll take a 1/4 inch. Always take a 1/4 inch. Yeah, I need to loosen them on the front too so I can move them around. I'm going to have to get the limit straps off. The funny thing is I sit here and I talk to myself when nobody's around either. So yeah, dude, I'm on a crazy budget too. All of this has to be labor of myself, and yeah, I gotta be the one to figure it all out. I can't pay anybody to do hardly anything, which is good and bad. I know everything about it, so when I get out wheeling, I am a lot more likely to know how to fix it when it breaks. And it'll break. It happens. But, alright, so I went 3 on the top one, 3 turns out on the top, 5 turns out on the bottom. Give ourselves some more caster. We need to go over to the other side, do the same thing. I need to loosen the upper arm on both sides so I can get my whatever the heck it's called, limit strap out of there. The bottom one looks like it's okay. Probably be okay. And then I just need to roll the axle forward a little bit and mess up everything in the steering and probably need an alignment again. It's gonna be great. Yay. Yeah, Maddie. Maddie, you're over on the west side of the mountains, aren't you? So you're not that far away. Unless you're another guy. Can't remember. Yeah, you're in Tacoma, man. Yeah, you're close enough. You're super close. A couple hours. What it's all about, learning how to do stuff, though. It's more fun. All right, you're going crazy. It's gonna yell at me for being sideways. All right, here we go. Get a light over here. Okay. All right, here we go. I don't have my big wrench. I'm gonna tape a measure. Okay, this one tightens, so I need to tighten to bring it down. It's gonna loosen it, I think. We're gonna find out. That should be loosening. Come out of there ever again. Loose. Come on. Come on, wrenchy. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just sitting and staring. You ever sit and stare when you're working on stuff? And fill up later. Nah, you can get to Tacoma. You got you still got a big tank. I can get to Tacoma on one tank. And this little 23 gallon. Little guy, man. All right, I'm trying it again with the gun because This Ryobi's getting old, doesn't quite have enough oomph anymore. Pull these type of things out without killing my ears. The grunt, though, the grunt's what helps it. You got to do the grunt. If you don't do the grunt, I don't even know how you work on cars. You got to grunt. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I got enough arm strength. We'll see. There it is. Yeah. Good stuff. And yes, I use my torque wrench to loosen. Works great. A nice extended ratcheting thing. All right, here we go. Oh. There. Impact again. Don't want to just ram these things off because they've got that stuff in them to keep them from coming out. I don't want to just burn it off. All right, there's that one. We need to loosen. Need to loosen you. There you go. You are loosened. Okay. Now we went 5. 1 half. 1 half. 2 half. 3 half. 4 half. 5. That's how far we straighten the other one. Whole axle's loose now. That's exciting. I hope it doesn't fall. Half. 1 half. 2 half. 3. Yeah, so now to get it back on, I'm gonna do some work. Because now all 4 are out. And the axle went clunk. It didn't actually do that, but it did move. So that's exciting. I'm not going to tighten these. I don't know, I should really do the bottom ones down here, but then I can't. Gotta make sure. I like to make sure that they stay centered like this, because if you tighten them and they're crooked, then you don't have full motion of the joint. So you want to make sure that they stay dead center, as center as they can, going through here before you tighten them. And actually, once they're in this bracket, it's hard to tighten them, but I do it with a flat head and a hammer, tighten this up, and then I can weld it. And just do a little tack weld, cut it off. It was really easy to cut off, wasn't a big deal. Went right back on here. Let's see, how badly is this? Stretched out right now. Oh shoot, that'll go in there. Where's my bolts? There's one. This one's. Here's my other bolt. I was like, what happened to my other bolt? Now this one's gonna be a little bit upset, but. Got right in too. So that's pretty sweet. And now, go back to the other side, try and put them in, and this thing should be 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch-ish pushed out in the front. I don't know if I'll be able to see it at all, but I was hoping to gain a little bit more out in the front, so we'll see. It's all about inches and 1/2 inches and quarters and all these little things make your rock crawler do better rock crawling stuff. Have a lot of time laying on the ground sighing really hard. It's also super helpful, so I would suggest doing that a lot. And breathing heavy in front of your people online so they can judge you for being out of shape. Yeah, haven't looked at the phone for a little bit, so if you want to judge me currently, you're more than welcome to comment. And yeah, my hands are black now. All right, I'm gonna go back to the other side, see if we can't get back in there. I'll bring you, and then I'll read you. Oh, it's gonna yell at me. We're going sideways. You're going sideways. Oh boy. All right, here we are. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all these are greasable. They have Zerks on them. They're pretty sweet. Yeah, okay. So, just checking to see what's happening. Oh, yeah. We got some views coming in. Pretty fun. How many of you guys on here right now? 6 of you. Not bad. Not nothing. I mean, I always think about it this way. If 6 of you were standing in my garage, talking about my truck, I think that was a good day. I think that was a real good day, honestly. Alright, let's see if I can get this arm back in as well here. I need to lay on my back. Wow. Why? There it is. So this one ended up moving a lot. The good news is I can move it back. That's why I left the tires on. Oh, come on. Love me. Not quite. Ran out of talent. Hi. Okay. I'm live on YouTube.
Cool. That's fun.
It's very exciting.
Can I open the garage door?
Yeah. Or open this one. The side door. Oh, it's just windy. I don't want all the leaves in here. Okay. Trying again. I don't know why. This one does not want to slide up there. Yeah, I need to loosen the other side of this one. It will be happier. Happier to move for me, I hope. I'm not fighting it all the ways. Don't worry, just dragging around. Pipe wrench. Main thing with you drag around. Oh, tape measure. That's fun. Okay. Now I'm not fighting it to go up. This is the impact hammer, just in case you were curious what this tool was. It's called an impact hammer. It's very similar to the adjustable hammer and the normal hammer, but it's an impact. Works great. Real good hammer. All right. Yeah, was it going to be worth that for a little bit? I don't know. I don't know at all. Do I have more room? Probably. Why am I not doing more? Great question. Also, not good at answering that. Whew. Okay. We went a little bit. We moved. Pushed the axle just a hair. We gave it a little bit more caster, which I like a lot. No, I didn't measure anything. It might be 5 degrees of caster now. We'll see. It's kind of what I want. But we took this bolt from like the back to right there. So both of these nuts went forward at least the width of the nut. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, go forward. Anybody asking questions or anything like that? You're watching me do some work on the bobbed excursion here. And we're just trying to push the axle forward just a hair. And let's see, we back up now. If we are out of the front just a hair more. You know, I actually think it is. I actually think it looks pretty sweet. I don't know that that shows to anybody else, but to me, I think it does. So now, got new Skyjacker springs coming soon. They're going to be here on Monday. So what I need to do is check on a couple of things. Interesting. Might change the track bar angle and stuff. I don't know. This could be worth a lot or worth nothing. We'll let you know. Currently, I think my next task is to pull the tires off, pull the springs out of it, and with the springs out, cycle the suspension. So yeah, here's my little bit longer. I don't really have anything good to measure on. I know I measured the arms, so I know I moved the bottom a 1/2 inch and the top one about 3/8. So I added caster for sure. At least an 1/8 caster. What am I getting? So, the interesting thing is, you shock mount and stuff is already seeming like it's doing this thing forward. I never understood that. Alright, here we go with the impact again. Okey-dokey. Oh, looks like the wind's died down. I might actually open up the garage door. So yeah, we got some people on here playing with the front of this excursion here. This is a coil swapped excursion, as you can tell. So that's the PMF bracket for the coil swap. That's a Skyjacker brake line for a 2005. These are the American Iron ball joint deletes, guys. If you are interested in the ball joint delete thing at all, American Iron makes an extremely nice product. I am so impressed with them that everything they do is it's really cool. But yeah, this is the 2005 front. So coil bracket from PMF, the control arms, a 4-link thing from PMF with the frame bracket there. All the holes are there. You just had to drill them bigger for these bigger bolts that PMF has, and then put this thing on. It has a 2005 steering box in it as well. It's over on the other side. And the track bar mount, you need the frame side mount from a 2005, but other than that, it works. I need to see how my bump stops are going to work, see if they are going to work still in the position I just pushed this axle to. We'll have to see, and we got to make sure everything else clears. Down in there, so we got to make sure it clears. So I think I've got a little bit of room to push it. And I don't know if I have any anymore, so I pushed it a little bit. So my next task is going to be getting rid of the limit strap. And then I will show you why it has a limit strap. Because this spring will just drop out of here. So that's why it has a limit strap. Yeah. Been looking at these spring mounts because I'm trying to make this thing as low as possible, and I think I found like another 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch on the spring mount here. Yeah. No, I already have the 6-liter transcooler installed in this, and I don't have the bigger transmission pan because the transmission skid I built is already low enough. This transmission with that 6-liter cooler pretty much averages 140 degrees. So this thing's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. Of course, that's not going to want to come out. See? I'm sure of it. And I'm typically the first one to run a nice product like Banks. I run them all on my 7.3, but I did not on this truck. This thing has been great. I transmission, that 6-liter transmission cooler is a really awesome upgrade. It's just the factory, it's a Dorman one. Here's my limit strap. The crazy, that was so hard to make that hole bigger. I get to do it in new ones now because the springs are going to be longer. Alright, we need to go to the other side. Take off that tire. And then take off that as well. So away we roll. Alright. Yeah, everything blends. Trust me, dude, I make them. I try to remember what's happening. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Impact, 8 times. Here we go. 6 more. 4 more. Boom. Done. Comes the wheel. And now there's no light over here. Oh, this one has to be done with a wrench. Because the transmission pumpkin, or the transmission pumpkin, the diff pumpkin's over here. I did not design that. Ford did. Actually, Dana did. And makes it where I don't have to. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Gotta look at the torque on these. This one seems loose. Go back through and torque all these. The other thing with an off-road truck is making sure you torque everything all the time. Stuff just gets loose when you use it. And that's part of life. All right. Got this one. Should be down enough for me to put it. There we go. Okay. Here's my upper links and my, throw this bolt back in. Toss that bolt back in so the whole axle doesn't do this when I drop it. But I did take the limit strap off. Let's see here. Check and see if there's anybody on. All right. Everybody's around. It's 17 right now. If you're watching this, you're watching me mess with the bobbed excursion. And yeah, if you're feeling generous, we'll always take some donations around here. Right now, we're gonna drop this thing down and show you why it had limit straps. Because this will drop to the stinking ground. And that noise over there was the spring coming out, and it's out over here. And there's the spring, and that's the shock. The cool part is I got longer springs coming, so that is going to give me some more travel. I got plenty of travel on the brake line, plenty of travel everywhere else. I've got longer limit straps sitting up there, which look like they might be perfect. Tape measure on me. Not on my roller. I'll be right back. Yes, this is bottomed out for the shock, which is what I'm interested in. I need to make sure that I don't. At 16 inches. And that's perfect because that is what I bought 15-inch straps thinking that I had 16. And that is so cool. So if this works out like I want, I'm going to gain 3 inches of down travel. This is a 12-inch strap versus the 15s. And the new springs are going to be, yeah, going to be getting me a solid amount of down travel, which is pretty awesome. So, all right, we've got that. Gotta go to the other side, pull that spring out. What's up, Adam? What's up, Hampty boy? Glad to have you guys here. Just messing with the front of the excursion today. Any questions and stuff, you are welcome to ask. I pushed the axle forward about a ½ inch or so, just extending those arms. And now I just wanted to pull the springs out. I wanted to double check that I had the right length new limit strap, because coil front ends you need limit straps on. And yeah, 3 inches always matters, man. This guy gets it. Especially on anything this big. This thing doesn't necessarily flex that well, but it can, and it's going to do better now. So now I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna make sure that that extension didn't mess with anything up. And if you don't have this Harbor Freight 3-ton jack, that is an off-road one, you'd be out of luck as well. So my bump stop still hits hard enough on that it works. So that's great. I've already got all the shock and everything set up to where it hits just about right with the bump stop. There's a lot of travel in there, but or not travel, but a lot of the boot crushed up in there for sure. And yeah, but that's bottomed out now. On this side, let's go over there. Man, a light would be cool over here. Hang on, we'll go get a light. Well, I have no idea where I put said lights because I used them yesterday. This one, nice and hard on that bump stop as well. So that's pretty awesome. These shocks are just about at the bottom, but there's a little bit in there. It's still movable. So pretty darn tight. The cool thing is, so let me put the tire, I'm gonna go over there, we'll put the tire back on over there, and we'll show you guys how this thing looks stuffed up in here, because it's pretty wild, I think. Let's see, in there, we've got, I gotta go run my finger along there, make sure, but I think we still got plenty of room. I could actually come forward a little bit more, but I don't think I'm gonna. No, those are not factory bump stops. These are energy suspension something I found. You could use them for a factory though. The factory bump stop is actually too long on these with the leaf spring. So there's a video, the leveling one of the leveling videos, I show how to cut them. And so if you're looking to cut them and get a little bit more travel, you can. It's very possible. So yeah, these are just energy suspension ones that are bolted on down in here, obviously, where they are. Okay, this is all power steering fluid because the power steering boiled over last time. That was hot. Sand Hollow was hot. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to bring this down, put a tire on it. Put a couple tires on it. Show you guys the really cool factor of the old Bob excursion. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to always put the axle as close as I possibly can to the right height for these dang tires because they are heavy. So I always bring it down. People, I see these guys doing it on the lift. Money Pit 4x4 guy, awesome guy, excellent. He flipped these things. The guy's he's a monster. I do not have that kind of strength. Put 2 lug nuts on, go to the other side. Get the tiniest rock ever out. Yeah, man, get everybody in here. We're all about getting people on. Just hanging out with the old geek. Ask me any questions you want. I am more than happy to answer. Right now, we're playing with the front suspension, so obviously, if you got front suspension questions, that's where my mind is currently, but I'm able to answer other questions. That one's too low. Got your twist. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Okay. There is where we're at. And we're gonna go up again. Now when I start lifting the front end, that's how I know I'm up. But look at this. That's the good stuff. Oh yeah. Look how much room is in there. Everybody says there's not room for 40s in these trucks. Yeah, look at that. Obviously, it's different when it's... Yeah. I gotta go get the keys. Just lock the steering wheel. Instantly lock the steering wheel. All right, guys, hang on just a second. I'll leave you with that. Yeah. That's folks. It's a 40 on an excursion. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, I gotta take a little bit more of the body seam line out back in here. I think it's hitting a little bit. And then up here, it hits too when it's got either side done. Okay. All right, so you push it forward, got to deal with some more stuff. I've got it hitting this piece of metal now, and obviously this plastic. I'm not really that worried about the plastic, because that kind of stuff just kind of takes care of itself. But the metal, we always want to take care of, because you don't want to deal with metal hitting. But all it takes is that much out, and we're easy and clear. This piece actually needs to get cut a little bit more too. So good news is I got my grinder all set up, and I'm gonna take and fix some of this. So it's pretty much what I do when I play with this is I put this thing up, and then I try and clear to where I've got enough room everywhere so that it doesn't hit like crazy. So that's always the goal. Always the goal is that it's not going to hit like crazy. So we're going to take up in here. I don't know what that is, but it's got to get dealt with, because it's got problems, and this does too. All right, well, here's where we're at. I'm gonna let the tires back down. Chunking going on inside of these things, all that. And we're gonna see about cutting some things out of the way. just soft parts, right? Not a big deal. Who needs it? All right, here we are. We are gonna go in and we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut it along there a little bit more and change it up a little bit. And then we gotta come up in here, try and take this that's already bent. And this thing's been trying to tell me about for a while, I think. So I gotta take and give myself some more room on that guy there. So yeah, I moved this tank. As you can see, the washer tank is now not sitting straight on this. I actually just spaced it up a little bit to give myself some more room. And then wondering now if I can heat this up and try and reset it a little bit, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Right now, I need to go in here and attempt to cut that. Let's see, what can I shove in there? Yeah, that works. Works good. Got my channel locks in there. All right, here we go. That channel locks didn't work. Didn't have them up high enough. Well, that didn't do it. I'm just gonna do this. Sometimes all it takes is a little piece like that to get yourself a little clearer. But we're just going to keep trimming little pieces at a time. That way. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for hanging. We'll see you, man. Took that a little bit further. Oh, there it is. Man, I already lost my light. Yeah, so now I got that cut. That one cut a little bit. We need to come up in here and try and come around the corner with that cut. And then make this one a little bit straighter at the bottom. A little bit easier on the tire as it pushes into it, because it's gonna. And that's part of this. So all this stuff in here is all about taking your time and trimming. Everybody says the 40s won't fit. Well, if you're not willing to trim, they won't fit. If you're willing to trim, they fit just fine. Yeah, that can even be taken higher there too. Kind of play with the grinder. Kind of what we do around here. Don't be afraid of it. Over here. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, what I'm trying to do is get all the metal to where when I'm gonna go, because when I'm tucked like that and I'm turning, I'm going really slow. And here's the camo part of Grayson Camo Adventures too. We're gonna be a real party now.
Yeah, real party.
So yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the hard stuff behind the soft stuff and make it to where the soft stuff can go further with the tire. Because the soft stuff, when you're just rolling really slow, turned really tight, at full tuck, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Someday it'll wear through it, it's fine. But the amount of time that it is on that is like 10 feet, 15 feet. Like, it's not like it's going down the road rubbing the heck out of all that stuff. So a little bit of time on soft stuff is not a big deal. And so what I'm trying to do is make it to where the soft can clear a little bit. So I found there's another inner liner right here, and that curved down to here.
Oh.
And that's what ripped this.
That's what was pushing down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I took this up another ½ inch.
Yeah.
And I really need to come in here and take this one too. So I've changed the angle somehow. I've pushed it forward like ½ inch,
Oh, okay.
or like 3/8.
Cool.
And now it's all effed up in there because
Oh,
3/8 was all it had. So I,
It's fine.
yeah. Yes, exactly, Maddie. It's fine. Everything is fine.
fine.
It's fine. So, also, my limit straps are going to work perfect with these shocks. And I, essentially, if this works out like I'm thinking, I'm going to gain 3 inches of down travel. Which is
Perfect.
a lot.
Yeah.
Which is like 40% more on this truck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this truck only has like 7 inches of travel right now, so I'm close to 10. And I can't find, the other reason I don't have the coilovers on it is because there's not a coilover that has 10 inches of travel. And I can get that. So, it's pretty cool. Pretty fun stuff. So anyway, I'm trying to jam this thing back in there. So I pulled it down. Yep, like that. And then come back here. See if I can, I don't even know if I can get to that. Oh, I gotta go this way.
Glasses.
Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to figure out if I can get the grinder. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably that way.
yeah. It's like, can I get the grinder? Well, that's the wrong way.
There. Okay.
See if I can get a little bit of this up here. Pretty hard point now, though.
Grinder.
Put it up there and look at it.
Yeah, just a grinder at this point. Yep. It's all nice hard stuff. That's soft stuff. But it is right. He's now. Oops, I'm done with this stuff.
Now we're just going one side up, so this will be a little different.
So right up. Whoa! Catching the phone in the middle of it. So that right there is where it's now a little bit of a point. So we need to make sure that that's.
Oh yeah. So now pull out.
Oh.
So this is what I deal with, is that the tire hits the fender
Yep.
at drop like this. So it's real exciting. It does work. It does try and push the fender off though. I wish I could figure that out.
And that's the thing. It's all clear here, except for
right up in here.
right up in here. It starts to bind
so
a little
I've taken
bit.
this whole edge off up in here. And then that tire, if it drops down more now with the extension, actually might help this tire to be more sideways. Which actually would be really nice. And I need to get this a little bit more clear. Okay, I'll take the wings off. Fine.
It looks like that's all you're going to get unless you hold it.
Pushing against the plastic.
Yeah, it's just pushing against the plastic. But and now, yep, it's all up in here.
Clear that now.
And you're pulling it out here.
To get rid of more of this thing. And clear this. This is Bobby Excursion stuff.
You know,
Let me drop it down the other way.
you can ask him to stop, Kevin, but I seriously think he's not going to stop for a while.
What do you say?
He's like, please stop.
Stop cutting?
Probably.
Stop doing what?
Let's see. Nope, all that looks good back there. Take you out of the holder here. Should still be going.
Yeah, it's still going. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for saying gay. Yes, this truck goes camping. There's a whole, Daniel, there's a bed in the back of this thing. And that's cooler and everything. The most remote place, up in those mountains. It's been on the Washington Backcountry Discovery route, so it's been around up there. Here, here's my phone.
Here. Show you guys what it looks like back here. That's all the way.
Oh, I have to get up in there. There's just a little edge right there.
Yep.
No one goes up another inch.
Yep. It's pretty clear. The only spot is
Right there.
Yep. It's just right back in there.
Adjust the front some more. I haven't actually. This is what it's been hitting for a couple of years. Weird.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see it over here.
Yeah, the front's easy. So I've already cut here, but I need to cut up in here a little bit more. There's a second runner on the inside of the fender here, and that's hitting. So I need to fix that. Maybe I should just take the fender liner out.
It might be easier just to be able to get to it, but you're not going to be able to see what where that's covering things, but.
Someday I'll think about taking the fender liner out. Okay, so right here, we gotta get up a little bit more. Yeah, there's like freaking 2 inches. And then it's clear. fine. Don't try to come home. Need a bigger wheel. I need a new wheel. She's a little dead. That's what's been hitting that I'm hearing though, in the cab.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, this is, so it's pretty thick stuff here. And yeah, truly, if it was just plastic and we could,
We don't worry about it.
we could drive around and it'd clear itself and you know, wear it down, whatever. Not a big deal, but this stuff is pretty thick.
I
So-
also haven't changed the bump stops at all, and I am messing with it. So I've been driving it like it's been for a while. So this will be nicer.
It's almost like using a new one with sharper.
Well, yeah. Okay. Now it might turn. Let's see. See if that worked.
A little bit.
Is this big?
No, it's not going to move anymore. It's in that pocket over there. It's oh shoot, man. I don't have my flashlight, but it's at the
Oh, it's hitting like the shock in the
yeah.
freaking shock tower. Oh, crazy. It's hitting the coil bucket mount. Over there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that'll be new. With that thing down over there. It's still not that hard, but I could turn it, I guess. Could cut that. I'm wondering why this was burned.
Oh, that could be.
I'm wondering if this tire's rubbing on it. Now. I pushed it forward and actually made it worse. That's good. Oh, I didn't mess with the front.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, interesting.
Well, I mean, they didn't expect you to actually, like, you know,
Use it?
put it up that high.
Yeah, I could make my bump stops a little longer probably and eliminate some of that, but. So
Yeah, you can see it already
Sorry.
starting to rub.
Yeah, so this one hasn't rubbed at all because of the rust. But yeah, I could take this thing off. We could cut it like that.
Yeah, just angle it. Yep.
A bunch of work. Probably not going to happen in the next couple weeks. That's the future me's problem. This needs to go higher though. I need to come up in here. Go higher. So can you hold this?
Yeah. Don't cut the light.
There's another almost half an inch. What?
Yeah, Maddie said that's what she said. She's got another.
It's all about half an inch, Maddie. Okay. I'm surprised it's hitting that. It'll be interesting to see. That's pretty hard hitting it. Alright, back up. Here we go. Straight. That's pretty good. Okay. I gotta turn it. Have room on me. Shock tower. This way. Man, I'll hold up. Spring tower is not made for this much trouble.
Well, honestly, Maddie, that's what most of this is bending.
It's all rolled.
It's
and
being
cut.
rolled up because of the fact that it's been pushed up too much. So
Let's back into this. What the heck? Okay, we got room. Need to cut that off.
oh yeah, a little piece of that bracket there from is that the light area?
Yeah. Ish. I haven't actually really done this, so this is great. Glad you guys are seeing exactly what it takes to fit 40s on an excursion and actually wheel it.
Oh, did that just pop back into place? It looked like it popped it back into place.
What?
This whole area here just kind of fell back. Yeah. Oh no, we tried rolling it like that originally when we put the 40s on it back when, but no, it all of this once we actually got it out on the trail, it was still clearing.
Still need to do more.
Yeah.
Get more clearing. self-clearancing.
I'm hearing crunching somewhere.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure.
We can't do the bump stop up here. This bump stop doesn't do anything wrong. We have to turn this way. Yeah, so I'm a 1/4 inch off the bump stop right now, and I'm already hitting really hard. So I really think I should. I'm already hitting my. Oh, sorry. Trying to get it. Oh, there it is. It's on the bump stop now. Okay, it's clear here.
I need a light.
Just barely hitting the water tank. It's pretty clear up there. I really need like a 1/4 inch on this bump stop for the turn this way. Because it's pretty bad. It's pretty hard on. Interesting. Alright, well. Interesting. No wonder it's been hitting really hard. Because I've moved a bunch of things and it still needs, well, I guess I just moved it forward. Yeah, just move it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a turn. Bring it back one and.
Clearing this now, that's exciting. Clearing. I lost lights yesterday. I don't know where a bunch of lights are. But yeah, maybe I need to take the top back in a turn, see if it moves it back enough. Leave my tons of caster that I want. The other thing is this arm is not attached over here. If that would change it at all. It's a 3-link right now. Yeah, you guys are seeing me just think about things, but currently the way I have the arms just for this test, the upper arm on the passenger side right here is actually disconnected. And so I need to put it back on, I think, because
that might
it
show
will
you.
change the flex, the
Yep.
way that it picks up the other tire and stuff. What I'm doing is I'm just picking up this side right now, which is turning this into a really hard, different thing. So I need to, let me get in there and put that thing back together. See if I can put that back on. See if it changes anything. I'm not sure that it will.
Oh,
Oh, there's stuff in there.
yeah, there is.
Don't mind me. Get the mop out.
Yeah. Oh.
Fill the beer.
Oh, I got a couple here. Call it good.
Interesting. Because I like the way it sits, but I went 3 on the bottom, or 3 on the top arm, 5 on the bottom. The bottom went out like half an inch.
Okay. Sorry, moving it around here. I got it.
That should work. Should work. It's put in there now. Both sides of the arm. I'm going to pick the other one up now. It's not. Okay, we're on to it. And that is still nice and hard in there. But it's not as bad as it was. Again, full lock, full turn, full step. Not all that common that you're sitting right here.
Yeah, it looks like it's sitting on that
Tower again?
on the tower again on the other side. Yep.
Man,
Okay.
yeah, that's the hardest part to find. That tower needs. I need to take it off and get around the corner.
Yep.
Interesting. Or I just make the bump stop a 1/4 inch longer on both sides.
Yeah.
For now. And live it another day. This is crazy because the tire can actually hit this frame. If you look how far away it is right now. The other thing you have to remember, when this one all happens, this thing is all aired down. So this tire can flex. Yeah, I'm dropping it.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. This is all the air in it at the moment.
All the air in the tire. So it almost clears now. Should pretty much clear.
Because on average, it was
I run 8.
8-ish the last time. Yeah.
Mine has 27 in it. A lot different. This tire's a lot taller. I know, it's not cracked.
Yeah.
Well, that's not that.
No,
It's
that's
actually
not that.
cracked.
Oh, that's weird.
It's fine. We only have to drive it like 3,000 miles next month.
It's fine.
Alright, let's go back to straight up. See if we cleared it straight up. I think I did. Where's the other tire? Thank you. Come away.
Nope. It's no longer going up, so. Oh, I just heard it. It's rubbing on the. Yeah, it's actually just on the inner fender.
It's on frame, actually.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's on frame up here. So that's not too, that's pretty good. That way. This way should be good. This one, very much not clear. They hitting the shock tower thing up here?
No, not this time.
Look at that.
It's rolling nice.
That's nice. All right, we're getting close, folks. Right side, I think, is a lot better than when I started. Now, let's play with the left side. Because this one, massively.
How old are these tires? Well, let's see. I had them on my JK for about 10,000, maybe 15,000 miles. They've been across the country at least twice. And then
San Hollow on this twice.
yeah, and then we did San Hollow twice, so that's another
Moab one.
couple thousand. We did, yeah. So there's a little bit of wear on these. but
Really don't know what it is. Two lights are missing.
treads aren't too bad.
Where's the single light? All right. To the other side. Mostly hitting this plastic piece here, but that center one I'm missing too. Here, there it is. It's just bent over really nicely on this side. Check this out. Can you see the camera? So this right here,
Oh, I
it's
see.
metal. So it's all bent over from the tire clearancing it. So it's actually pretty good, but I need to come in here and cut that out of there probably. Cut a little bit off of this and just let it cram the plastic up like it's doing. So yeah, we need to drop this one down.
You got it. And yeah, there's a wire there too, a loom in there.
There's a loom right behind it, so we gotta watch this one cut. So we gotta make sure that stays there. And yeah, this is crazy. It has really rolled that over. It's all metal. So we're gonna get that out of there. I just cut all this stuff. It was doing the bumper because it was hitting that. Okay, back down. There we go. Pull that one up. Oh yeah, because we had both.
Yeah, you had both of them up.
I don't have my earmuffs. They're over there. All right, what's going on the live here?
All right.
Everybody just watching,
Yeah.
saying, please stop cutting this poor truck.
We do have a suspicious kitty. And Maddie's like, no, don't keep continuing to cut.
Thanks, honey. Thanks for the encouragement.
Yeah. Yeah, this side looks a lot better, so. Or the other side looks a lot better now that it's all trimmed up there, but yeah, now we have this wire loom here with all the fun connections for the lights and everything else.
Right behind this thing too.
Wasn't that where the switch pod is?
Yeah, but this is lower.
Oh.
I've got the wire right here.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta watch this when I cut it. I need to pop the hood so you can watch it from the top.
Yeah, that could be probably better. Because that's not gonna.
Not gonna be helpful if I cut it.
Well, you know, it's like, no, I want to be there. No, you want to be there.
Counterintuitive. Here, you get a ladder so you can see down in there.
Okay.
I can't see down there.
So yeah, this is where that's where we're
Actually,
looking.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to smell.
Might be able to. We'll see. Once the sparks start flying, we'll see.
Yeah. It's gonna illuminate it really nice. Wait, yeah, because you can grab this right here. Or what I'm cutting is right down here. Maybe. See what I'm talking about? This is the wire loom.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
So if you just grab here, I can't get to.
You might give me a.
Glove.
Yeah.
Weak.
I know. I'm a baby. What do you want?
All right, here we go.
Let's see.
It's right here.
I'm trying to.
Did you get the gloves? They're over there.
No, where'd they go? Oh, I missed it. Okay. Hang on.
I need to go that high on this one, but
All right, so Miguel, what's happening is nothing.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing happened to the truck. We're just trying to prep for EJS here and some other stuff, and well, we need to clearance the tires a little bit better.
Just keep, every time I get home, I clearance the tires a little bit better. And this time, I'm taking you guys along and showing you the tedious process of making 40s fit on an excursion. If you want to wheel it. If you want to drive it, this is not a problem.
Yeah, standard just down the road, whatever. You'll never see a problem with this, but.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Okay, keep holding that because I gotta go down here too.
Which way? Because I can't pull up anymore.
Yeah.
At this point, it's all the way up.
It's perfect where it is.
Sorry if you had headphones on. Yeah, watch it going that far up.
So, I just cut off the bottom of this a little bit more, which is, ow, that piece is so hot. I would show it to you, but I can't touch it. And then I took from here and did all of that. And then now this rubber should be able to push up a little bit and hopefully not hit quite as hard. So, shove it back in and trying to keep that little lip there so it stays. The rest of it's all open anyway. As you can see where I cut right there. And then now this can push up. And maybe when we go up, we'll be able to spin this thing. It's also hitting the control arm bucket, which I didn't notice before. But I'm not going to be able to fix that probably before Jeep Safari. Yeah, I don't know. I've never noticed that it's been hitting, but we need to go up on this side and see. I wonder if the track bar changes it or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go back up. Yeah, because it should be, which way should it be? I think it should be all the way the other way. So it's gonna get on this edge too, for sure.
Okay, first contact with the plastic here.
That's into the bump stop now.
And that's interesting. So, because that spot right there is, it's going to have all those looms in there. So that's going to be a fun.
The rubber's in front of it. It's fine.
Sort of, yeah.
It's fine. It's good. It's, yeah.
Until there's a rock in the in one of the little spots here, and you're gonna rip it right out. It's fine.
What is it hitting the frame? It's just because it's hard on the plastic.
Yeah, it's kissing the frame up here, but it's not actually. Yeah, it's a. I mean, technically, the tire will flex, especially with the with it being the pressure is going to be less on
Crazy
it.
part is this is both of them up. The other one I could spin this much. And it's not hitting the tower though. This one. So, yeah, this one's not hitting the spring tower.
Interesting.
So, but well, we have just one side up right now. So, we'll have to see. This is plastic. We need to cut some more here. All right, so drop it down, cut a little bit more plastic, and then we're going to do individual sides. Okay, a little bit of plastic cutting. Oh, that's what I did because I've attached it and it's ripped through. Just doesn't want to be free. I could cut from here over to there. Okay, there's a nice piece of metal right there. If I bend down, it would hold this thing back. There's a little lip right there that's already bent up. This one's about as far back as it'll go, so if this hits, you have to extend the bump stop. Okay. Straighten out. I'm going to go move this to this is how you cycle suspension. So if you were wondering, how do I clearance all these tires or all this thing on my Jeep or anything? Take the springs out of it, bolt everything back on, put the tires on it, frame is on jack stands, and you just jack up all the corners. And you hope it doesn't hit too bad. It's pretty much what you're doing.
Gotcha. Yeah, all right here.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to touch there. It's fine.
Yeah, that's where the bat comes into play. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, just a little bit of rub.
You can see it flexing as it goes.
Yep, it's crazy. Anybody local to me knows how to flare fenders. I would love to flare all of these fenders just a little bit. It'd be really cool if I could flare them all like a half an inch or an inch and pull them. That would be a really cool addition and help with this kind of thing. Problem is then my inner fender is going to fall off. So when we do that, we need to be able to tack a little bit on the inside and help the inner fender. So,
Dan said camber?
camber?
Yeah. Justin
well,
Camber, maybe?
No, because it's up on its side right now. So the other tire is on the ground. So this is at a flex position. So the camber, like, yeah, I could really camber it out, but it doesn't. It's at a full flex, so it's not a big deal. Oh, I can't take more out of it. This is pretty hard in the firewall back in here. I'm gonna have to. I don't think I can take very much out of it. but I might take a hammer. Is it hitting the coil bucket?
Actually, no.
No, just
It's literally just
the other side.
just
The way the track bar is.
barely clearing it.
The track bar pulls it this way on the other side
Uh-huh.
and hits it. Okay. Well, that's good. That's something. Okay, I need to drop this thing down. See if I can't cut back in there. Make sure I know where I'm looking. Right where it goes past this hole. Right there. That next 4 inches after that hole. The other side, I was able to cut that whole thing off.
There's nothing wrong with stock lovers. This
I love
one's
a stock truck. I have a stock truck. This one's just not my stock truck. So it needs to be able to do stuff. Oh, I can cut just barely off of there. You know, it's worth cutting. This thing's just... So the 40 actually hits this box. That's where the parking brake cable goes in. So it's a little bit of annoyance, but I've never really heard it or felt it. So I might just leave that one. There's like very little that I can actually cut off to help it without destroying the integrity of what's there. So I think I'm gonna leave that one. Some of these things, you gotta choose your battles. That's a battle I don't wanna play with. I think I am gonna try and make these bump stops 1/4 of an inch longer when I put this thing back together. And that will help me on both sides. And if I gain 3 inches of down travel, I'm fine. 1/4 inch is something that'll still stuff the tires up in here, but it'll help get the tires out of the fenders. It'll help me everywhere, just with a small thing like 1/4 inch. So, can I turn the other way? Go back up. See what happens.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Appreciate a like.
Always appreciate a like. Also, there's a little donate thing. If anybody wants to donate, we're gonna have to spend a lot of money on gas next month.
Yeah.
And if you guys spare a gallon of gas for a guy, always appreciate it. But not expected. Just, you know, pointing out the fact that it exists. Glad to have folks just hanging out with us, tinkering in the garage. Like I said earlier, if all of you were standing in my garage helping me or talking about the truck, that would feel like a great day. So. Starting to hit.
Oh yeah, no, it's already pushed it up a little bit. It's right here is this little spot right here. That's where it's getting close to, but is that metal? Or is that plastic?
It's metal.
Oh.
I could finish that corner a little bit. So we can grab it. This corner right here. Yeah. But yeah, I can't turn it. It's into something that I can't turn. So. Still hard into this. I could go hard. I could go a little bit higher up there.
You got a cable down here that's
That's the block heater.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Cooper STT Pro 40s. Around these things.
How badly does it pull the fender when it moves? Ooh, that's not bad. You can do with that.
Just a little.
Yeah.
And it's only in that little section here that.
Yeah. Just pulled it a little bit.
Yep.
Not bad at all. Okay, so I need to cut bottom corner off of that. And then if we can cut that other piece where you held it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's better than it's ever been. Every time it gets better, guys. Every time it gets better. Just gotta keep working on it. Keep tinkering.
This is what we were cutting a little bit ago.
And
Right down in there.
every time it'll get a little bit better. Just a little. Then the next time I go wheeling, we'll try less to take the fender off maybe. It's actually been bending these fenders out. You can show them the door gap.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's nice and small there, and just gets just gradually bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So the tires have been pulling the front of this fender forward. So this is bulged, and like I said, if somebody around me that knows how to flare a little bit, I'd love to have them help me flare these things a little bit. And then, but yeah, the tire's been trying to pull this fender out. I've actually just been going along this every time I'm thinking about it. I just go along and I pull it out a little bit, and I just try and give it a little bit of a flare. I almost need like a wide body, like pre-runner kit, so that the tire can fit in here at full articulation. So, okay, next, we gotta get back in there. You gotta go up there.
Right.
And I gotta do that quick. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I've got this piece that needs to come down. Let's shove this in there. Oh, this thing is really good last time. Let's see if I can do it again. Yeah, decent. Oh, look. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Take more. This is a 1/4 inch. Let me take this. Should I? Didn't take very much. I'm gonna take the 1/4 out of it anyway. I got a lot out of this one. That's all it took that time. Yeah. I think it's, I don't know. This one should come in and like, make sure this wire loop stays up.
Yeah. We may want to zip tie it and pull it up,
Yeah.
just so it
Just
is,
bend it, actually. That's actually gonna work pretty well.
just so it actually keeps a clearance though. As much as we bounce around on rocks and stuff, it's gonna be.
Not bad though. I think this one's gonna be okay. And I cleaned it to where it clears this, so. Because that was really bent. I started working on the bumper. Cleared all this with the bumper.
Sorry guys, we grab the light a little bit better. There you go.
Not bad. Yeah, so I cut this now, this, the bottom of the fender, the bumper, you know. You just keep cutting stuff. Eventually it'll be done. Eventually it'll clear. I think this is a pretty good start for this time. Like I said, I thought about that last time. I think I'm gonna make these bump stops a 1/4 inch longer so that they give me just a little bit more stoppage, so that I don't get into this stuff quite as hard. But I feel like it's in a really good spot. Even if I don't get to that I think it will work well. The extra 3 inches of down travel is really exciting. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, I might maybe next we'll pull the bump stops off and show you guys what I have. I don't know if I actually can. I might need to go to the store and get one of those like inverted bolts. That's like a or inverted nut. That's like a bolt. I don't know if you guys have seen those. They go around the outside of the thread, but it's long. So I can drop this bump stop down because these ones only have a little short little stub on them to mount them, and I don't have any way to make them longer without it. And it goes through right now. The bump stop is mounted to the bottom of the coil buckets, which so then that little short stud has to go through the frame and the coil bucket and then get a nut on it. So I think, yeah, I can't even feel the top of the stud on top of these bump stops right now. I can just unscrew it. So that's what the bump stop has. So if I get one of those nuts, I don't even know what they're called, but if I get one of those nuts, I could go around it and make it longer. And I've already got it spaced down a little bit, so if I can space it down another 1/4 inch, that would be sweet. I need to get something big or just make a piece of metal for it. I don't really know. I also have, these are energy suspension ones. I also have the really cool metal cloak ones, but they're super tall, and the thing would essentially be riding on the bump stops all the time, and I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm going to try and make these a little bit longer. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to happen right now. But I'm going to take the tires back off. We got this thing pretty dang clear. If I can get these 1/4 inch longer, I'm going to be really happy about that. And yeah, we got this axle pushed forward a little bit. So that's kind of exciting. Exciting stuff. Different things. So now I need to get the, I got to get the limit strap set up. The springs are going to be here on Monday. So this thing is going to sit like this until the springs get here. Probably going to pull, maybe pull the bottom spring perches off. I want to see how far this thing gets lifted before I make my new full bottom spring perches. So we might leave you for today. Anything else going on in the chat here?
Show the suspension, because Dan was looking at it and he's not quite sure.
Okay. So Dan, there are 2 and 3 inch lift kits. What I have coming, so this is a coil swapped excursion. Do you have an excursion, Dan? Oh, my phone's dying too. I don't know if you can, waiting for that response. Dan, do you have an excursion? Oh, you're from Russia? We got a couple people from Russia on here. Crazy. Yeah, so if you guys are in Russia, if you have an excursion, I don't even know. Do you have an excursion or a troopy van or something? This is a coil swapped excursion. So a stock excursion has leaf springs front and rear. This one has PMF coils on it. So the coil spring's sitting on the ground right now because I've been playing with that. And then this is the coil bucket. This is all of the control arms and everything. So this is 05 plus Super Duty stuff. Swaps onto this. There's videos on my channel. So this is coil swap. So this thing is a little bit higher than stock. This is a stock F250 spring though. So this truck sits like 1 3/4 inches taller than a factory excursion right now.
It looks taller because of the...
But it looks taller because of the door chop. So I chopped 5 inches off the bottom of the doors down there. So it looks really tall because of that. And then I opened up the wheel wells and stuff. So obviously it's sitting really high right now because of the jack stands, but it does sit lower than this. It actually fits in a 7-foot garage door. So yeah, so there's a better thing. Belka, you're typing in a different language. I have no idea what's happening. So, but anyway, yeah, that's this truck here. Maybe it's better if yeah, right now it would need a ladder for sure. It's not going to sit this high though. It doesn't sit this high typically. It's probably 3 inches higher than it normally sits. Because of where the jack stands are, the rear actually comes up with the weight on it. So, and it wouldn't fit out my garage door right now, so it can't be this high. It's not possible, but it kind of looks cool this high.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm just not. I don't need it to be really tall.
You need to be able to drop out, not be high.
Yeah, the idea in rock crawling in the U.S. When you're building something like this, you want to keep the center of gravity really low, and then you want to make it to where the suspension can drop down. So up travel is not really as important going up into the wheel well versus down travel. So we're more interested in having down travel. So adding a 1/4 inch to that, but adding 3 inches of down, I gain a lot and I make it a lot better. So it's pretty cool. Skyjacker makes some really nice springs, so I'm doing a 2-inch Skyjacker front spring on this. So it's going to be a coil swapped F250 front end with 2-inch springs. That's a stock excursion spring in the back without the overload, and it has a shackle flip on it. So let me go show you the shackle flip. So the factory shackles on these go up, and so you can see that this shackle is inverted, goes the other way. So yeah. So pretty darn cool, pretty darn different. It's also Bob 12 inches, but you know, you guys can watch videos on the channel to see the Bob stuff. If you are really interested in this truck, you should check out the channel. There are tons of videos on this truck, hopefully with subtitles if you're from Russia. Yeah, PMF makes those shackle flips. PMF also makes the brackets that is the coil swap. So yeah, there's tons of videos on, there's a ton of videos on the coil swap. There's tons of videos on the shackle flip. There is one video on the shackle flip. But the whole playlist is like the Bob Excursion off-road build, and that's where all the suspension details are and things like that of this truck. So anyway, I think I'm gonna take off. Oh, Dan, you're Russian, but you live in Canada. Cool. Yeah, I'm right below you. I'm in Washington State, so I'm pretty close. So thanks for the subscribe, Dan. Appreciate that. But yeah, there's a lot of videos on this channel just about this truck. This truck's pretty different. Like I said, it's Bob 12 inches, so I cut 12 inches off the back and 5 inches off the bottom of the doors. Coil swapped, 40s, and it sits pretty low. Right now it doesn't sit low because it's up really tall. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I think I'm going to let you guys go if that's all right. And we will see you guys next time. We just appreciate it. We'll sign off here. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.